Attendees are in listen-only mode.
Rohan, screen is visible. Ritesh, can you see screen? Okay. Okay. So today's experiment is determine voltage regulation of cylindrical rotor alternator by Pottier method, Pottier triangle method, or ZPF method. This is the experiment. We have seen EMF. We have seen EMF method, MMF method, and this is ZPF method. ठीक है, to determine the voltage regulation of the alternator. ठीक है. So this is the aim of the experiment. Title of the experiment: determine the voltage regulation of cylindrical rotor alternator by Pottier method. Apparatus: DC shunt motor alternator set. DC shunt motor alternator set. So this is prime mover. DC shunt motor is the prime mover, and this is the alternator. How to determine voltage regulation of this alternator. Prime mover DC shunt motor specifications are this: 7.5 HP, 220 volt, 30 ampere, and 1500 RPM. Alternator specification: 5 kVA, 415 volt, 7 ampere, 1500 RPM. So prime mover RPM and generator RPMs are same. Speed of prime mover and speed of generator is same. It should be same. Okay. Now we have 4 sets of generator and DC motor set. Their nameplate specifications are exact identical. We have 4 sets in the machines 2 laboratory. The excitation of alternator is 240 volt and 1.7 ampere. Voltmeter, we have to measure line voltage of generator. So this is 500 volt range is taken. Current, maximum current we have to measure is 7 ampere. So 10 ampere range is taken. DC ammeter, this is for measuring the excitation. Maximum excitation 1.7. We have taken 2 ampere range, and this is the rheostat 750 1.2. 750 1.2. Tachometer, to make the speed synchronous at the time of starting, we are making speed synchronous. Okay? At starting of experiment, we are making the speed of synchronous generator 1500 rpm. It is its rated speed, and we must have the 3-phase inductive load. This is our requirement. Okay? This is our requirement. So first of all, develop the diagram. Developing diagram. So how to develop diagram. So this is nothing but load test. This is nothing but load test. But here we have to connect pure inductive load on the generator. Pure inductive load on the uh, generator. ठीक है. So develop diagram. Developing diagram. So prime mover diagram is same. Generator diagram is same. The diagram is same as the load test, direct loading test of the alternator. Direct loading test of the alternator. The diagram is same. Only thing is that you have to connect here inductive load. Pure inductive load we have to connect. So first of all, prime mover diagram. ठीक है. So this is prime mover DC shunt motor. So this, you must have 3-point starter. So this is 3-point starter having terminals L, A, F. L, A, F. This is 3-point starter. ठीक है. This is supply. This is supply terminal. Positive and negative. Positive goes to L. L for line. This is the armature. This is armature. Armature have two terminals. That is A and AA, double A. ठीक है. A terminal of the armature goes to A terminal of the starter, and this is the rheostat of the rheostat that we have to connect in series with the field winding of prime mover. This is shunt field winding of prime mover, and this thing you have to connect to the negative terminal. So this is the prime mover connection. This is prime mover connection. As this is rheostat, this is variable resistance. This is motor, DC motor. Field terminals are F double F, and this is DC supply. This is the DC supply. Okay. So prime mover connection is over. So this is prime mover. This is shunt motor. This is shunt motor. Okay. Then alternator. Alternator. Alternator have three-phase star connected winding. So this is phase A, or phase A is plotting just phase A. This is the coupling. This is the coupling. Now phase A of the alternator, that is plotting. So this is suppose neutral terminal of the generator, and phase A is plotting here. This is phase A. Phase B 120 from phase A. So this is phase B. And phase C 120 from B, 120 from A. So this is R, this is Y, and this is B terminal, and this is the neutral terminal. This is star connected alternator, so this is neutral connection. So this is from armature winding. This is field winding, which connecting across the excitation, DC excitation. So field winding terminals are F double F. Okay. Now we have to connect load. So connect load here. Load is three-phase star connected load. So this is the load. This is the load. Three-phase pure inductive load. This is pure inductive load. So this is ammeter to measure the current delivered by generator to the load. This is R phase of the load. Y phase is connected to the load. So this is second terminal of load, and this is B phase. B phase is connected to load here. So load is also star connected. We have load in the laboratory. It is also star connected. So this is AC ammeter, MI type ammeter connected to note the current delivered to the load. So this is 0 to 10 ampere. This is because 7 ampere is the full load current. Okay? Then we have to measure voltage of the load, voltage across the terminal. So this is AC voltmeter taking 0 to 500 volt. We have shown 0 to 500 volt in the apparatus. Okay? So this is the connection diagram. And load is variable, so you must put arrow in the load. Now it is a variable load. Otherwise, if you not show arrow, it will be fixed load. You will get only one reading. Okay, you will get two reading. One at no load, one at the some load. If load is not variable, so load is variable, so you have to put arrow across it so that you can vary the load. This is three-phase pure inductive load. This is three-phase pure inductive load. Okay. Pure inductive, pure capacitive load is an imaginary concept. And how this is pure inductive load? This question must arise in your mind. Okay? Thing is that this is highly inductive load. It has resistance. It has resistance. But as compared to inductance, value of resistance is small. So value of resistance is small. So resistance is neglected and load is assumed pure inductive. You cannot design, you cannot make pure inductive load. Here, this load also has some resistance, but it is small value. So resistance is neglected and load is assumed pure inductive. You got this thing? You cannot design pure inductive load or pure capacitive load. We are assuming here we have pure inductive load because we have inductive coil of highly reactive and small resistance is neglected and we have assumed it as a pure inductive load. Clear? Now field winding you have to connect across the excitation, DC excitation, and to measure excitation you have to connect one ammeter. This is DC ammeter, MC type ammeter. Range you have to select is 0 to 2 ampere. This is the positive terminal, this is negative terminal, polarity. Okay? And then to vary the excitation, one rheostat should be there. So you want two rheostat, one in the field circuit of prime mover and second for the field circuit of generator. So this is the connection diagram of the generator for making the this is connection diagram. Also this is variable. So rating ranges of the rheostat same as given in apparatus. Okay, now this is complete phase, complete circuit diagram. We have to conduct now experiment. Okay, so how to conduct experiment? First of all, you must have open circuit characteristics data, open circuit test data, and also you must have short circuit test data. To determine voltage regulation by Pottier triangle method, you have to conduct three tests. One is open circuit test, short circuit test, and the ZPF test. Three data of the three tests you must have. Then we can calculate this thing. So, while conducting experiment, this experiment takes time. Okay, because according to connection, according to test, we have to make changes in the circuit, isn't it? For open circuit, all the only voltage you have to measure. In short circuit, only current you have to measure. In ZPF test, you have to measure voltage and you have to measure current. Okay, this is load test because you are applying pure inductive load. So what is the so if we increase load, what is effect on generator? First of all, first reading you are taking at no load. You are making terminal voltage is equal to rated voltage, that is 415 volt, using this rheostat. Using using this rheostat, you are varying the terminal voltage. Okay, because this is connected in series with field winding of generator. So that by controlling excitation of generator, you are controlling flux, you are controlling the voltage induced in the generator in the armature winding, and using this rheostat you are making speed, you are adjusting speed. Okay, because when we increase load on the generator, so what happens with the speed? If we increase the load, what happens? Park. If we increase the load on the generator, what happens with load? What happens with frequency? Saurabh, what happens? Tejas, Karthik, Rohit, what happens with the speed? Aditi, what happens? Shraddha Pawar. If we increase the load on generator, what happens with the speed and the frequency? Buzade, what happens? Speed decreases. Nilakshi, okay. Next, Vedika. If we increase the load torque is increasing or decreasing, or what happens with the speed and frequency? Because frequency have direct relation with speed. So what happens? Sarvari, what happens with the speed? Frequency is decreasing. Okay. Purjay, what happens with the speed and frequency? Speed also decreases. So speed decreases, so frequency decreases. F is Pn by 120. Okay, this is Pn by. Shubham, what happens with the speed and frequency? What happens? Rohan, Raskar, you don't know. Effect of load on speed, you don't know. Hire, Rudresh, you don't know. Effect of load on the speed of generator, on the speed of motor. This is load, nothing but generator, nothing but one motor. Indirectly, you are loading the motor. Okay, generator, what is generator doing? Just power taken from primer is converting into electric power. Isn't it? What is role of generator? Generator is just a power converting device. Okay, so indirectly you are loading generator, you are loading motor. You got this thing? What is generator doing? By one hand taking power, by other hand it is delivering power, isn't it? But whatever power delivered by motor to the generator, generator converting in electrical and feeding, isn't it? So you are loading generators, indirectly you are loading motor. So what is effect of load on the motor? Speed will decrease slightly. Okay, speed slightly decrease. Okay, speed remain constant. Okay, now see, torque increase, speed decrease, frequency decrease. Now you answer my question. Questions are very basic questions. I am asking you answer, just try to understand which type of load is connected on the generator. Which type of load is connected on generator? This is pure inductive load. You see here, load connected is pure inductive load. Actually, it has small resistance. So if we neglect its resistance, it is pure inductive load. Load is pure. So what is voltage and current? I can say what is the angle between voltage and current? Voltage and current angle is 90 degree. Current lag voltage by angle 90 degree. So what is power factor? We say this method is ZPF method, zero power factor method. So load power factor is zero. So what is power delivered by generator to load? Power delivered by generator to load. This is three phase. So root 3 VL IL cos of phi. Okay, it is delivering full load. It is delivering full load current. It is at full load voltage, rated voltage, but its power factor is zero. So what is power delivered? No power is delivered by generator. Generator is not delivering any power, so speed is not changing. Once you set its speed 1500, throughout experiment it remained 1500. Even though current is increasing, because generator is not delivering any power, any active power to the load, speed will not change, frequency will not change. Once you set frequency or speed rated, it will not change. Hear this thing? Practically it has small resistance. So if we see practically, there is small decrease in speed, but appreciable speed, not decreasing. Here you got this thing. Your doubt is clear, or you have again? Okay, Nilakshi, your doubt is clear. ओके, ठीक है. And if we show practically, you can see, practically in laboratory, you can say due to COVID you cannot see now. At least if I, for example, if I connect here wattmeter, if I connect wattmeter, so what is the reading of wattmeter? What wattmeter will show? It will show small reading. It will show small reading. Practically it will show small reading. Theoretically it will read zero reading, isn't it? Whatever is the load connected, whatever is the current flowing through ammeter, practically it reads small value. Clear this thing? And that's why wattmeter or power measurement is not required. Clear this thing? So what is the procedure? Procedure is that if first of all you take open circuit test, you take short circuit test, and then you conduct the ZPF test. So how ZPF test is conducted? How ZPF test is conducted? Now see, you first of all make terminal voltage of the generator, that is terminal voltage across the load, equal to its rated terminal voltage. Rated terminal voltage is 415 generator terminal voltage. So make it using this rheostat, using excitation. You vary excitation, make terminal voltage. After that, after that, you increase the load. You increase the load. Accordingly, value of voltage will increase or decrease. ठीक है? Increase or decrease. You vary this excitation. ठीक है? And when current meter reads rated current at rated terminal voltage, you take excitation. You take three readings. This is rated terminal voltage. Voltmeter. Voltmeter should read rated terminal voltage. Current meter should show rated current. Okay. So when voltmeter and the current meter shows rated voltage and rated voltage, you take these readings. Here this thing, you increase load, note down this voltmeter, AC ammeter readings, and when when voltmeter and AC ammeter reads their rated voltage and rated current, you stop the increasing, stop the varying excitation, and note down these readings, excitation reading. So this is only one reading is sufficient to plot the ZPF characteristics. ZPF, you got this thing? How the conduct? How to conduct experiment? You vary the load. You vary the load. Same time you vary the excitation. Okay? Voltmeter and ammeter. This voltmeter and this ammeter. When reads rated current and rated voltage, take voltmeter reading, ammeter reading, and the excitation reading. Note down, it is ZPF method. Okay? This is zero power factor. Now plotting the characteristics. First of all, characteristics is comparatively difficult. Characteristics is comparatively, this theory is comparatively difficult. It is not difficult. This is very interesting thing. This is very interesting thing to determine the this voltage regulation by ZPF. First of all, plot OCC. आपने plot OCC. OCC. So what is OCC? OCC is the graph between open circuit voltage and the field current. This is the OCC. Initially straight line and then curve. So this is OCC at rated speed. Okay. Then locate the point A. Locate point A. This is the point A. Okay. And if we plot the phasor diagram of ZPF test. If we plot the phasor diagram side by side, here we are plotting the phasor diagram. Now see, this is the terminal voltage. This is the terminal voltage VT. Where will be current? Current will be here 90-degree lagging, because this is ZPF test. This is the current IA. Okay? Where will be IRA drop? IRA drop will be here. This is IRA drop. And IAXL drop. IAXL drop will be perpendicular to IA vector. So this is IAXL drop. Okay? So this is IAXAL, leakage reactance drop. Okay? And what is VT? This is VT. What is this? This is IARA drop. And what is this? This is IAXL drop. Okay, so if we phasor sum of VT, IRA and IXL, this is nothing but ER. What is ER? ER is the ear gap voltage. Voltage behind ear gap impedance. Voltage behind ear gap impedance. Clear this thing? Now locate the point A. This is the point A. Its coordinates are IF and VT. IF and VT at constant IA. At IA constant. Constant means its rated value. IA armature current. So corresponding to this is plotted. Corresponding to this is the field current from ZPF test. Here, now short circuit test. In short circuit test, you locate this point. Okay, this is point where voltage is 0 on y-axis. What is the coordinate? IF, and this is VT. This is VT, so this is also VT. This is also VT. And if VT is decreases, here VT is 0. So in short circuit test, VT is 0. So this point is taken. This is point F. Point F is taken from the short circuit test. So this is field current circulate rated current when armature is short circuited. When armature is short circuited, and from this you join the this. You join this. So this is ZPFC. This is ZPFC. Okay. Now from this you plot line parallel to this. This is suppose OF. This is equal to OF. Suppose this is point A. So this is point B. So AB is equal to OF. AB is equal to OF. And OF is the field current required to produce rated short circuit current when it is short circuited. Okay. So this is equal to FA plus FAL. OF is nothing but FA plus FAL. Here. Now from the OCC, draw tangent to the initial portion. So what is this? This is ear gap line. Ear gap line is also OCC when saturation is neglected. So this is ear gap line. Now from point B, draw line parallel to ear gap line. So this is cutting OCC here. Okay? This is cutting OCC here. And from this is point C. And from C, join ABC. So ABC is not put-ear triangle. Remember, ABC is not put-ear triangle. So from this is IAX here. And from this line joining this thing, this is ER. This voltage is ER. So this is also ER. Now if I plot perpendicular from C to D, now this is D. Okay. So what is AB? AB is equal to OF. What is AB? AB is equal to OF. And what is OF? OF is the field current to produce rated short circuit current. It is FA plus FAL. FA plus FAL. Now from this, from x-axis to this, from x-axis to this x-axis D. This is VT. This is VT. Okay. IRA is small value. IRA is small value in phase with this VT, and this is nothing but IAXAR. So CD is nothing but IAXAR. CD is nothing but IAXAR. Clear? Now this is suppose, suppose this thing AD, this is equal to FAL, FAL, and this is FA. This is FA. So this method separates FA and FA. Okay? FA and FA. Now this is CD, measure CD. While plotting the phasor, while plotting the characteristics, you must have taken some scale. Okay? So this centimeter is equal to this much voltage. For voltage, you have taken some scale. You measure this CD. Suppose CD you got is 2.5 2.5 centimeter. Suppose CD is 2.5 and scale selected is 1 centimeter is equal to 20 volt. Okay, so multiplied by 20. So what is this? 25 into 2. So this is 50. Okay, so this is 50. CD in terms of volt is 50. Okay, this is 50 and CD nothing but IAXA. So you got this thing IAXA. So CD is nothing but IAXL and this is the 50 volt because CD after measuring you got 2.5 centimeter and suppose scale taken is 20 volt per centimeter. 20 volt per centimeter. So it is multiplied by it. You got IAXL in terms of volt 50. Divide it by IA. IA. So this IA and this IA get cancelled. But IA is 7 ampere. 7 ampere. So 50 upon 7, 7 point something. This is the value of XAL. So ZPF method is used to determine the XAL. Only this is the method to determine leakage reactance of the armature leakage reactance in the laboratory. So this way you have to determine the XAL. Yeah? This method is used to determine the leakage reactance XAL. Clear? Now voltage regulation. Voltage regulation. So this is open circuit data, open circuit observation table, short circuit test observation table, and ZPF observation table, and armature resistance 1.2 ohm. So construction of Fourier triangle is explained. Then this is the phasor diagram, and then plotting the this is the phasor diagram. Okay. Then now after calculation of XAL, what you have to do after calculation of XAL? Calculate ER. How to determine uh, how to determine voltage regulation. Okay. So what is you have to determine? You have to determine ER. So what is ER? ER is air gap voltage. So this is equal to VT plus IA RA plus JXAL. Now you have value of XAL. This is phasor equation. So you determine ER. को ER का वैल्यू निकालना है. You take Vt as a reference and current lagging behind some angle. Okay, so you take voltage as a reference, you will get ER. नंतर lecture नंतर. ER is the air gap voltage. Vt is the terminal voltage. You take terminal voltage as a reference voltage, so it is at 0, and Ia at a power factor. Suppose 0.8 power factor lagging, 0.8 power factor leading. Accordingly, Ia you can take. So you will get ER, you will get angle. Okay, so ER will be at an angle, at an some angle you can say. So after calculation of ER, corresponding to ER, take take field current. So this is F. Uh, this is suppose F1. What is F1? Or this is FR. What is FR? FR is corresponding to ER. Suppose you got ER, suppose 300. ठीक है, it is greater than Vt कितना है आपका. Now one thing, remember one thing. Here Vt, Ia are per phase because resistance Ra is 1.2 ohm per phase, XL per phase, and phasor diagram quantities are per phase. So ER you are getting per phase value. This is not line value. ER is per phase. So per phase 415 line value divided by root 3. So 415 divided by root 3. This is about 230 or 240. Okay. Plus IARA plus JXL drop. This armature leakage impedance drop you have to add. After adding, you will get value about 300 volt. For example, you got 300 volt. R is 300 volt. After that, corresponding to 300 volt. For example, this is 300. This is suppose 300 volt. Corresponding to 300 volt, you note what is the FR from the OCC. Okay, so this FR you take here. This is taken here. Okay, and then this is taken FA. This is FA. Okay, at an angle 90 plus theta, 90 plus power factor angle phi, and they join this thing. This is nothing but resultant MMF or resultant flux. Calculate FF. How to calculate FF? By analyzing this phasor diagram. How to analyze this phasor diagram? How to analyze? That depend on you. That depend on you. For example, for analyzing phasor diagram, you can apply the law of parallelogram of forces. One force is FR, other force is FA. You can apply. Some students can analyze phasor diagram like this. Drop perpendicular on this. You extend this. Make this phasor diagram right angle triangle. So this is suppose A, this is O, this is B, and this is C. You have to calculate AC. AC nothing but FFF. AC nothing but FF. So therefore, FF is equal to AC. AC you have to determine, and it is square root of AB square. Square root of AB square plus BC square. So what is FF? FF you can calculate. This is nothing but FR. You are getting from, this is from corresponding to ER, FR. Then what is OB? AB is nothing but OA plus OB. Okay, so what is OB? OB is, this is FA. FA sine of phi or sine of theta. Okay, it's square. Now this is nothing but, this is nothing but AB plus BC. BC nothing but FA cos of theta. FA cos of theta. It is square. And this is nothing but BC. Okay. So you have value of ER. You have FA from Portier triangle. You have sine of phi, you can calculate AC, you can calculate FF. Now corresponding to FF, take voltage from the OCC. Take voltage from the OCC. Then that voltage minus terminal voltage upon that voltage, you will get voltage regulation. So this way you have to calculate voltage regulation, and you have to calculate voltage regulation for various power factor load, maybe for lagging, point 0.8 lagging, point 0.8 leading. Okay, so this was about the Fourier triangle method. Clear? Kirti, any doubt? Above, any doubt? Rudresh? Okay. Now time also over. I am ending. Now I am declaring that today our syllabus is over. All practicals and theory. 100% theory is covered. Practical also covered. Our syllabus is over. Clear? So if you have some doubt on the topic, any topic, you give me message. I will arrange lecture. Okay? Or you can ask your doubt anytime. Okay, even holidays, anytime, any days, you can ask your doubts. Clear? Now, as far as seminar is concerned, some students are late. So, seminar of my remaining students, maybe 4 or 5 students have already delivered seminar. Only 4 students are left. So, seminars will be on Monday. Okay, those delivering seminar under my guidance, their seminar will be on Monday. You keep prepare yourself. Timing I will message you. ठीक है? So thank you. काही doubt आहे का? अजिंक्य, any doubt? If you want to ask, you can ask. Okay, thank you. I'm ending now.